Welcome to the show. This is Future Shock. Edward St. Pé here in the studio of Ocean 7, and we're streaming on Facebook and also on X. And we will be talking about some of the advancements in AI, some of the latest news. You know, yesterday, we had a story on, it was a big story on Apple infusing artificial intelligence into the iPhone. And that's something that's coming up soon. So it's incorporating ChatGPT 4.0 into iPhone. So basically, it's going to be kind of a game changer because all of the operating system, all of the apps, let's say, will be infused with AI intelligence, artificial intelligence. So basically, it's sort of like the integration into our daily life of AI. So this is really kind of a big thing. And you know, what is even more mind-boggling to me personally is that AI is the biggest investor in ChatGPT 4, right, is Microsoft. And so really, it's sort of like Apple working with Microsoft in a way, right? So it's kind of a game changer from that standpoint too, because that's never really happened before. So all of your apps that you're using on a daily basis now with AI, with ChatGPT 4.0 integrated into the operating system, it'll be integrated into our life like never before. Because you know, when you're doing ChatGPT 4.0 or ChatGPT in general, you know, to me, it's a little bit of a staccato interface there, because you know you have to go to ChatGPT 4, and it's not integrated into everything else you're doing. It's you go there for a particular reason. In my case, it maybe I may go there to work with DALL-E to create graphics for the TV station, or maybe in the future, I hope we'll be using Sora to create videos and such, right? Or you can do copy, whatever you're doing in the creative process in my particular situation. But when you think about how Apple will have that integrated into all of your different apps, now it's going in how it will integrate into your email on your iPhone and all of those other things. It's really going to integrate into your life in a more profound way. So it's a big thing. And you know, and Apple had never really got along very well with Microsoft through the years. I mean, they were sort of like two different companies. Right now, all of a sudden, vis-a-vis the intermediary, ChatGPT 4, OpenAI, that Microsoft basically has heavily invested in, now they're working together in a way. So this is an interesting thing. Now, there was a development that came out yesterday regarding this. Elon Musk said that he will ban all iPhones if they go ahead with this, you know, integration of ChatGPT 4.0 into the iPhone architecture. Then he's going to ban all iPhones because he feels like it will be a threat. People who are working at Tesla, he will ban all iPhones within the workforce of Tesla, SpaceX, everything that they're doing, because he thinks it'll be a threat to security, because everything that goes in to the iPhone is now being reported back to OpenAI, and who he's suing right now anyway. So I guess we got a lot of different things that are sort of on the development side with all of this that's happening. So we've got a video clip from Business Times, and this is the story about Elon Musk threatening to ban all iPhones for employees who work at his companies. Let's take a look.
Elon Musk says he'll ban Apple phones from his companies if the tech giant integrates OpenAI technology at the operating system level. The billionaire says visitors to Tesla and his other firms would have to check their iPhones at the door. In a social media post, he called the integration plan an unacceptable security violation. He said it was patently absurd that Apple isn't smart enough to make their own AI, yet is somehow capable of ensuring that OpenAI will protect your security and privacy. The threat came hours after the iPhone maker announced a partnership with OpenAI to use its ChatGPT technology. AI services will be embedded across the company's products. The launch is meant to satisfy investors who have criticised Apple for lagging rivals in offering such services. Apple exec Craig Federighi says it will be done with privacy at the core of every system.
The cornerstone of the personal intelligence system is on-device processing. We have integrated it deep into your iPhone, iPad, and Mac, and throughout your apps, so it's aware of your personal data without collecting your personal data.
Musk co-founded OpenAI in 2015, but later sued it, saying it had abandoned its original mission to develop AI for the good of humanity, not for profit. He has since founded his own startup, xAI, in a bid to build a better chatbot. There was no immediate response to his ban threat from Apple or OpenAI.
Okay, so you can see that there's a lot of news regarding this. It's a big development. You know, you've never heard Apple talk about artificial intelligence. That nobody's ever uttered that word. Now, in that press release, that video that came out, I guess a couple of days ago, regarding the announcement of the infusion of AI into the Apple system, they mentioned it like 100 times in that video, the word artificial intelligence, and they're calling it Apple Intelligence, I think. Anyway, it's going to be an interesting situation. Okay, with that being said, we've got more on Elon Musk's Optimus robots actually working in the Tesla factory. They're actually deployed into the factory now. So we've got a video on that. And also we've got 2025 developments in AI that will be affecting our lives, 10 things coming by 2025 in the world of AI. So let's go to that clip. Let's go to 2025 AI news.
So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys a look at the 10 major things that are going to be coming in 2024/2025 for artificial intelligence. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but there will be timestamps so you can take a look at everything that is going to be released, and the future is most certainly exciting. So let's not waste any more time. So one of the first things that is basically here is, of course, agents. Now, the video you're currently seeing behind you is a video that I recently made on Google's agents. Now, this is why the text right here isn't, I guess you could say, synced up, is because what Google did and what many other companies are trying to pivot to in late 2024 and in 2025 is, of course, agents. Now, agents essentially just refers to, I guess you could say, AI systems that are able to, I guess you could say, kind of do whatever they want and go out and accomplish a kind of task that the person has set out for them. And I think this is going to be one of the most pivotal moments that does happen in AI, because this is going to be one of the moments that actually impacts you. Now, the reason this is going to actually impact us, and the reason you're going to truly feel this, is because, as you can see in Google's demo, if I pause it right here, you can see that they're trying to basically hit every single agent aspect that there pretty much is going to be in Google, since they've decided to, I guess you could say, kind of call the red flag. You can see right here that they've got customer agents, employee agents, creative agents, data agents, code agents, and security agents. And this video, there's basically quite a lot of different features. It's a 50-minute video where I've kind of cut the long drawn out Google, I guess you could say, announcement into a shorter video about where they talk about, employee agents. And this is going to be really game changing, because it's a complete difference in how we currently use AI systems. Currently, we use AI systems in the general sense that, we talk to these AI systems and we interface with them in a chat interface. And with this one, we're going to simply ask the AI system to do something, outline some parameters, and then the AI system is going to be able to go ahead and accomplish those tasks. And that is why I think this is going to be probably one of the most pivotal moments. Now, this is still pretty early in its stages. Like, currently we're still in a very, I guess you could say, basic area for the agents, and the current demos that I'm seeing from some of the top labs, they don't seem too impressive. So it seems like there is a breakthrough that is, probably needed, But I think whenever this breakthrough does happen, because some of the larger companies are really working on this, I'm pretty sure this is going to be crazy. Now, one of the things is that OpenAI have actually spoken about this. You can see that OpenAI have shifted its battleground to software that operates devices and that automates tasks. So essentially, you can see right here, it says OpenAI is developing a form of agent software to automate complex tasks by effectively taking over a customer's device. The customer could then ask the ChatGPT agent to transfer data from a document to a spreadsheet for analysis, for instance, or to just completely do random different things, or to fill out a spreadsheet. And I think, like I said already, this is going to be...
So, a lot of news from OpenAI. Now, the Tesla robots are now deployed into the Tesla factory making automobiles. So we've got a clip on that. Tesla is pretty much one of the main forerunners in the development of the human robotics in America. Anyway, you've got Boston Dynamics, and you've also got Tesla and a few others, and across the planet. China is big right now in developing and actually deploying humanoid robots infused with artificial intelligence into the workforce. So that's a big thing. It's happening right now as we speak. So let's take a look at the latest news on the deployment of the Optimus robots being built by Tesla, now deployed into the factories making automobiles.
As I'm wrapping up recording this video, Tesla drops this little gem. While it's highlighting all the various things that it did in 2024, it ends with, casually, deployed 2 Optimus bots performing tasks in the factory autonomously. And it's only June. Now, we still don't have too many details about exactly what this means. What tasks are they performing? Are they complex tasks? Are they simple, basic tasks? But it feels big because, first of all, they are having it work in the factory. A lot of the projects that Elon is working on, they have a lot of crossover, a lot of synergy. So the amount of miles driven by Tesla cars on the road, all the various footage of driving conditions that it's taken, it's good not only for Tesla cars to train their AI, their full self-driving models, but also for example, xAI, for Grok. When Grok revealed its vision capabilities, similar to, for example, how GPT-4 with vision has vision capabilities. It's able to see images, understand them, reason about them. Grok came out of kind of nowhere and surprisingly did really well on its vision tests. It's very competitive with OpenAI, with Google, with Claude, especially on its reasoning about the physical world, understanding the physical world. This probably has a lot to do with the massive amounts of data that they have from just all the Teslas driving around. Now, a lot of the data that the robots are trained on, the way they acquired that data is with teleoperation. So you have a human being wearing a VR headset and having certain gloves on, and they're sort of moving stuff around with all their movements being recorded. That's what the robots train on in order to be able to do the things that they do. But once those robots get out in the actual Tesla factories, performing actual jobs, navigating real factory floor environments, a whole lot more data is going to start rolling in. This is where Tesla and the Optimus bot have a pretty big advantage, is they have access to these massive factories where they can deploy the robots to learn, where they can use the data however they want to. If you're a robot manufacturer, so for example, Figure 1, right, the robot powered by OpenAI's technology, at least in part, its ability to talk, to take commands, etc., and respond in a human voice, well, they already have some contracts with, I believe, BMW and some other car manufacturers to start deploying their robots into the factory floors there. But there will be probably limits on what they can do with the data. So if the robot is walking around recording everything, it would be very useful for the manufacturer of the robots to be able to use that data to continuously train, to improve, etc. And of course, the car manufacturer might not want all that stuff just out there. So there might be some conflicts there, but with Tesla and the Optimus bot, it's all in-house. And even stuff that's kind of outside of it, like xAI, that's a separate company that's raising money right now. I think they raised something like 6 billion or 10 billion from Sequoia and others. Even that will likely play into the hands of developing these robots and the other technologies that will potentially allow Elon Musk to get these out and actually working on the factory floors and being super effective at his companies, at various other companies, and potentially pretty soon. If it can consistently handle small automation tasks, well, then we're going to be seeing a whole lot more of these rolling out. I've DM'd Elon to send me one, but no response so far. I'll keep you updated. And now here's some more AI news. Big news in the world of AI. AI, if you didn't know, stood for Apple Intelligence, apparently, because that's how Apple is branding it. What's interesting here is that Apple has not used the term Apple Intelligence pretty much at all. Microsoft, you have these little mashups of Satya Nadella saying artificial intelligence 143 times during a keynote. Same thing with Google. Everybody's saying artificial intelligence. And the reason people pay attention to it is because it oftentimes gets tracked for, if you're investing in stocks, they're keeping track of how many times your company says artificial intelligence. So interestingly, Apple has really not said artificial intelligence or AI leading up to this presentations and the previous presentations, hasn't really said it too many times before using things like neural nets, machine learning, etc. But now that's changing a little bit. Also, this guy throughout the presentation goes around the various different places where they're shooting this keynote and somehow manages to make it in time for every single shot. There's this drone that's flying around that comes in and takes pictures of the various people on campus as they're happening. And in case you were wondering how this guy is able to get around so fast and be in all places at once, they do show you kind of a behind the scenes of what's happening. It's actually not CGI or anything like that. No camera tricks. He just parkours all over the place really, really fast, getting to his next shot in the right amount of time. Of course, what else could it be? I gotta say, that's pretty cool.
Okay, so we've got that actual video from Apple talking about the infusion of ChatGPT 4o into the Apple infrastructure. So let's take a look at that. This is the Apple announcement about ChatGPT 4 being infused into the Apple system.
Apple Intelligence.
Apple Intelligence.
Apple Intelligence.
If you're wondering what Apple's been talking about here at its Worldwide Developers Conference, let me sum it up for you.
Introducing Apple Intelligence.
You see what they did there? Yes, Apple Intelligence is the company's AI system that will be integrated throughout its iPhone, Mac, and iPad operating systems. And yes, they said Apple Intelligence around 60 times. Some of these intelligence announcements are just table stakes. Samsung and Google already have them. Others break new ground. Here's my AI analysis. Number 1, Siri. Yes, ever since Siri's birth, Apple's been promising that it can
do things for you just by you asking.
Not exactly. Yet maybe now is Siri's moment. The assistant is getting smarter at what it can do with your personal information. The aim is to keep your data private, either by using on-device models or using Apple's new private cloud compute system. Apple says the new Siri can understand you better, even when you flub what you're saying.
What does the weather look like for tomorrow at Muir Beach? Oh wait, I meant Muir Woods.
The forecast is calling for clear skies in the morning near Muir Woods National Monument.
The big thing is that you can now type to Siri, making it much more like a chatbot. But unlike those other chatbots, Apple's making the point that Siri knows all about you and your personal info. It eventually will be able to understand what appears on your screen. You can ask Siri to find something even if you don't remember it's in a message, email, or note. And it can work across apps.
Or for times when you're filling out a form and need to input your driver's license, Siri will be able to find a photo of your license, extract your ID number, and type it into the form for you.
Number 2, Siri and ChatGPT. Siri has a new buddy. When you ask Siri to do something that it doesn't know how to do, it will ask your permission to use ChatGPT. And you don't have to be a ChatGPT subscriber either. And if you have a ChatGPT account, you can connect it and access the paid features. Apple says it plans to integrate with other large language models later. Number 3, writing tools. These were expected. Generative AI models will be able to summarize, rewrite, and proofread text in notes, mail, pages, and more.
Well, now you can change the tone of that response to your colleague to make it sound more friendly, professional, or concise.
Apple will also suggest responses and different tones for messages and emails. Google and Samsung have been doing this, but it's a very welcome upgrade here too. Number 4, images.
We're introducing Genmoji.
Yes, that's a thing. It's generative image creation mixed with emoji and memoji. You can generate these new emojis by adding a description. You can then use them as a tapback reaction in messages, inline, or stickers.
Just provide a description and you'll see your Genmoji appear right before your eyes, along with more options to choose from.
We were promised flying cars, and well, we got AI that can make emojis of flying cars. I mean, yeah, of course, I'm really excited about this one. Then there's a new app called Image Playground that lets you create images in seconds. It's also built into apps like Messages and Pages, and you choose from animation, sketch, or illustration styles.
When you have a really specific idea in mind, you could just type a description to add it to your playground. and you can easily adjust which style you want to use.
And speaking of images, Apple Intelligence will make it easier for you to search through photos with more specificity. And similar to Google's Magic Erase feature, there's a cleanup tool that can help you remove objects or people in the background of your photos. Number 5, voice transcription. Can I get a finally on this one? Samsung and Google both have on-device AI transcription. Apple is just getting with the program. It's coming to the Notes app, and you can use AI to summarize the transcript for you too. There's a similar feature coming to the phone app, so you can record phone calls and do the same. Don't worry.
Participants are automatically notified, so no one is surprised.
Number 6, notifications. Taking another page from Google and Samsung, Apple will use AI to prioritize your notifications. The most important will appear at the top.
Your priority notifications appear at the top of the stack, letting you know what to pay attention to at a glance.
Apple Intelligence will start appearing in iOS 18, iPadOS 18, and macOS Sequoia. First in the beta versions this summer, and then more broadly to everyone this fall. And it's only available in English at first. But there are 2 big bummers. Not all the features will be available right away. Apple says the ChatGPT integration will arrive before the end of the year, and some features might not even come until next year. And all this requires new hardware. Luckily, this is an iPhone 15 Pro Max. But sorry, everyone else? Apple says these new AI features require the latest iPhone 15 Pro lineup and iPads and Macs running the M chip or later. So there you have it, Apple's first step into the AI wars. The Siri improvements and the mix of on-device and cloud processing are unique. The rest is a lot of what we've already seen from Google and Samsung. But that's Apple's usual move. Wait it out and make it better. And now we wait to test, to see if it is actually better. Hey Siri, are you smarter yet?
I'm not a person, so I only know what I've been programmed to understand.
Okay, so you can see it's kind of big news because, now the OpenAI product, ChatGPT 4o, will be integrated into your life. Because if it integrates into the operating system of Apple and it works with all of the different apps, it's going to be all interchangeable, just like you use your phone for so many things. Now it's infused with AI. So it seems like it's a big jump into the integration of AI into our life because it's now integrating into something most of us use every day, our phone, and all of the apps that we've become so accustomed to using. So it's kind of a game changer, I think. And it's also, as I mentioned before, it's interesting because now you've got OpenAI, which the leading investor there, billions of dollars invested into OpenAI is Microsoft. And now Apple has chosen to bring the OpenAI folks, ChatGPT 4, into the Apple operating system. So basically, it's almost a convergence of Microsoft and Apple for the first time ever into a new project. And now Elon Musk is involved in the fray because he doesn't like the fact that the information could be a security breach for the Tesla employees and what's going on there by using that operating system within the context of a security breachable job at Tesla. So anyway, it's going to be an interesting time. Okay, this program is brought to you by our Pendragon Apothecary project, which is in downtown Ocean Springs. It's an apothecary. It's a wellness, forward-leaning wellness store. We've got plenty of different teas and tinctures, medicinal mushroom powders. We've got all of the Vedic mushrooms, the 7 sacred mushrooms. They're all here in powder form, and also many of those in the form of tinctures. So you can get it in your system. It's like a hack. You can get it quicker into your system by taking that. The one that I take is, first I took the it's called Adaptogenic. It's all the 7 mushrooms in one powder. You get lion's mane, good for cognitive issues, and you get turkey tail, all of those in one powder. Well, one step beyond the powder, which you have to kind of make a tea with it or put it in a smoothie or whatever. Another way to take it is to get it into your bloodstream via a tincture. So basically it's tincturized in alcohol. You take a dropper, you put it under your tongue, you get it in your system that way. So you get the medicinal benefit quickly. It's a little portable bottle that you can take anywhere with you. So it's pretty easy to get into your system. This is what it looks like. It's in a bottle. You got a dropper, right? And you put it under your tongue, and it's very portable, so you can take it with you. This is not the Adaptogenic I was just mentioning, but this is a different product. It's a tincture. This is Blue Lotus tincture, and this is a product that is for knocking out anxiety. We have Blue Lotus tea, and we have Blue Lotus infused red wine, and we have the Blue Lotus tincture. And Blue Lotus is, we get it from Thailand, and that's a great product. It's a natural flower, and all it does is it knocks out anxiety. We've got a little sign posted in here, the attributes of Blue Lotus. It's been used forever, since the Egyptian times, and they used it was very ingrained in the Egyptian culture as a means of sort of getting into a prayerful state, meditation, that type of thing. It helps you to relax. That's why it's good for sleeping, because it knocks out anxiety, and all it is a flower that's either made into a tea or, in this case, the tincture. Okay, that's a little bit about the Pendragon Apothecary project that is the sponsor of this program. Okay, back to AI news. Now, we, at the top of the show, talked a little bit about some of the oncoming developments in AI as we look at the rest of 2024 and into 2025. We only covered one. They talked about agents. Let's go back to that clip and take a little further plunge into some of the things we can expect coming forward between now and 2025.
Over a customer's device. The customer could then ask the ChatGPT agent to transfer data from a document to a spreadsheet for analysis, for instance, or to just completely do random different things, or to fill out a spreadsheet. And I think, like I said already, this is going to be one of the main things that really, really changes the game. And as you know, OpenAI have a very, very long history of releasing very good products. So whatever agent they're working on, apparently they're working on 2 agents, computer using agents, and these agents can effectively take over a user's device to perform tasks such as transferring data from a document to a spreadsheet, filling out expense reports, and entering them into accounting software. And these tasks involve actions like, clicks, cursor movements, and text typing, mimicking basically human interactions with different applications. And of course, secondly, other than the computer agents, okay, and this is basically just summarized from this article, we have web-based agents. And these web-based agents are going to handle tasks that are primarily conducted online, and they can gather public data about companies, create travel itineraries within the budget, book flight tickets, they can utilize LLMs, and perform those really cool tasks. So basically what we have here is, I guess you could say, a really, really, really interesting bit. Now, Sam Altman did actually talk about this, on about how agents are going to be pretty incredible. This is from an interview that he did earlier this year with Bill Gates. It was one that I guess a lot of people did miss because Bill Gates doesn't really have a large YouTube presence, but it was one that I managed to get a small audio snippet from where Sam Altman actually speaks about the future of agents and exactly what is going to happen.
Creatively new things. And we're really seeing that. And so as we look at these next steps of things that can do a more complete task, you can imagine a little agent that you can say, go write this whole program for me. I'll ask you a few questions along the way, but it won't just be writing a few functions at a time. That'll enable a bunch of new stuff. And then again, it'll do even more complex stuff. Someday, maybe there's an AI where you can say, go start and run this company for me. And then someday there's maybe an AI where you can say, go discover new physics. And it's the stuff that we're seeing now. It's very exciting and wonderful, but I think it's worth always putting it in context of this technology that, at least for the next 5 or 10 years, will be on a very steep improvement curve. These are the stupidest the models will ever be. But coding is probably the single area from a productivity gain we're most excited about today. Massively deployed and at scaled usage at this point. Healthcare and education are 2 things that are coming up that curve.
So you could hear that he was basically saying that it's going to be a steep improvement for agents because it's, of course, something that they haven't really worked on, but I guess...
Okay, so that video is referring to the 10 things coming in the world of AI in 2025. We got through number 1, barely through number 1, but we'll take a look at number 2 tomorrow on the show. So thanks for being with us. We're over the air, channel 7.1 in the Gulf Coast market of Biloxi, Gulfport, and then we're streaming on Facebook, on the Ocean 7 TV Facebook page, on my page, Edward St. Pei, and also on X, Edward St. Pei page. And so wherever you might be viewing, thank you for viewing, and I hope this is a helpful show. I know I'm learning along the way with you on the show, so hopefully it's helping you to think in terms of how to integrate AI into your life so you'll be ahead of the curve. Okay, that's it for today's show. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yesterday is yesteryear. Set your sights for Tomorrowland. Future Shock is here to help you make your stand.